Hey guys, I hope you're absolutely great today. Now, I'd like to talk to you about how you can start achieving your big dreams. A lot of the time, people will be overwhelmed by achieving their goals. They might think it's going to take too long, or maybe it's going to take too much effort, or it may take years and years to achieve the goal. You see, anyone who's achieved anything, whether it be personal development of like letting go of blushing, letting go of anxiety, letting go of fears or phobias, or when it comes to your career, your relationships, or your money situation, whether you need to make a big breakthrough in your hobby into making it a full-time business, whatever it is for you, a lot of the time people will get negative or doubtful that they're not seeing the results, or they just don't know what to do because it just seems too much of a bigger task. So in this kind of tip, I'd like to give you an idea of what I personally do. You see, to get over the whole how big the challenge may be, or how big the goal is, or how long it's going to take, I do something very, very simple. Because I have big projects that I like to do. I mean, if you consider what I've done already, it's really been taking massive and inspired action. But it's not just about that. You see, a lot of people see people doing great things in the world and they think, well, how could they have made that huge leap into getting their goal and getting their outcome? Because last week, last few months, they just didn't have it. Well, it's not about that. It's more about the small steps that you take. Each small step will be perceived big leaps in other people's eyes. That's why when you see people, you might think they made a big leap, but usually it's about consistent action. So what I personally do is this. I come up with 5 things I can do every day, or at least every week, that if I do consistently, will allow me to bring closer to the goal. That way I don't get lost in things, because I know my end outcome, I know my end goal, but I need to start developing habits that will allow me to get that bit closer each week, each month, until I achieve it. So something that I've personally getting into recently is to do 5 habits that allows me to share more to the world, because that's my goal. I want to be able to reach more people. So one of those habits will be doing a video, or some will be doing some writing, some things will be listening to audio programs to actually get better myself. But whatever happens, I'm making sure that I'm doing 5 things every day, or maybe for other people every week, that will allow me to get closer with each passing week. That means we're creating momentum. And that way, we're not being overwhelmed by the big goal, because we know what we want. We've just got to create those action steps. So I ask you to consider, what 5 things can you do every day, or at least every week, that will allow you to get closer to your goal? Now, one of them could be simply having the attitude of gratitude. Because you know, or I hope you know by now, that the more gratitude you have for your life, the more likely you're going to receive things into your life. Because when you're feeling an attitude of gratitude, you're thankful for what you have, you're open to new things. Your unconscious mind, in fact, is looking for more things to be grateful for, which allows you to move forward, allows you to see more opportunities. You're ultimately changing your focus from scarcity, from doubt, into what I have right now and what more can I bring to my life. So even if it's just creating a gratitude list every day. The other thing that could be doing is, let's say, for example, every day I'm going to go for a 20-minute walk. I'm going to go for a 20-minute run, whatever it is for you, just to get your health in order. Because you know, if you are healthy in your body, that's going to be far greater for your relationships, your health, your business, your career, your money situation, because the way the brain works, the more healthy you are, the more it begin to fire off the right connections, let alone just generally being healthy in life. So it could be just doing something like that. It could be connecting with people. I've spoken to a lot of people over the years who want to start a business, whether it be doing a virtual business or whether it be getting better in their career or going to a new company. Well, I ask them, well, what 5 companies can you contact this week? Or what 5 people could you speak to this week, which will allow you to get a greater connection with your outcome, allowing you to get better at what you do, even if it's asking advice from people. So when you ask for advice, you're actually getting a greater knowledge in how you can proceed further. So the general tip is, yes, we have the big goals and the big outcomes, but to break it down into doing 5 steps every day or at least every week, which will allow you to build momentum. Those power habits will really allow you to grow, and then you'll begin to see those things happening before your eyes. Because you can look back in the last month having done this, you think, wow, I've done X amount of things, and I can actually measure this. So we're not feeling overwhelmed, we're not feeling just stuck because we think the goal's too big. We're coming up with these great action steps. Trust me, if you do this, you will see great changes. Even if it comes to things like emotional well-being, so maybe you're not that confident right now. What 5 things can you do this week, or 5 times in a day, which will add to your confidence? Maybe it's asking someone what the time is. That's a great confidence building tool. It could be approaching other people. It could be listening to an audio program. But whatever it is, whether it be fear, phobia, anxiety, depression, OCD, what 5 things can you do which will interrupt either the past bad habits or create new habits which will allow you to move onwards to achieve your goal? It's all about building momentum. That's how I've built up my work, by just taking consistent habits, and over a period of time they come into fruition. And that really means that you will make those big leaps, what you perceive in other people, by doing those small steps. The small steps will get the big leaps. It's all about growth. The stronger you get, the more you learn about life and the world, the more you're going to see the happiness in yourself and in life itself. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, it's very, very beneficial, very valuable to start applying that into your life. It's something that I always do, and I continue to do, adding to it, because it becomes easy, it becomes second nature. We've got to consider, by the way, that the more things that you do every day, or with consistency, it becomes second nature, it becomes a habit. So you can actually build upon these habits and actually get more because of it. So one week it might be 5 things, but in 6 months' time, you might be adding a few more things to that list that you always do, because the other stuff just comes easy to you now. So I'm going to be doing lots more of these videos. If you are enjoying my work and you're looking at this on YouTube, go ahead and press the like button, subscribe, so you always get notified when I'm getting a new one out. So once again, thank you so much, and I'll speak to you very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.